Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
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 Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Ram
Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare 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 Ram Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram
Ram Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram Ram Ram
Ram
Ram
Ram Hare
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 Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Jai Shri
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Ram Ram,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Ram Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare, Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare, Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram, Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Ram Hari Hari,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Ram Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare,
Ram Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare
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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Chaitanya Prabhu
Krishna
Nityananda
Hare
Shri
Hare
Advaita
Ram
Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta
Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare
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 Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Ram, Ram, Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram Ram
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Hare Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Ram
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Ram
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
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 Hare
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 Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram,
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Hare Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram,
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Ram Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Ram Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare,
Ram Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare.
Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare.
Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna.
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna.
Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna.
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna.
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna.
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare.
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna.
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna.
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Ram Ram Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna.
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna.
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare.
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna.
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna Hare
Nam Nam
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Ram,
Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Ram Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
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 Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare,
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Hare
Nam
Ram
Nam
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
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 Hare
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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Ram, Ram, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Ram Hare
Ram
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 Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram
Ram Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Yes
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Ram Ram Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Ram
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Ram
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Shri
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram
Hare
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 Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Ram Hare
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 Krishna
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 Hare
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 Krishna
Ram Hare
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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Shri
Hare Ram
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita
Hare
Krishna
Gadadhar
Krishna
Shivasadi
Ram
Gaur
Ram
Bhaktivinoda
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare Ram
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 Hare
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 Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram, Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna.
Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram Hare
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 Ram,
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 Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna.
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare. Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Ram Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare.
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare.
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare.
Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare Hare
Hare,
Ram
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare, Krishna, Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram, 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 Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Hare
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Ram, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram,
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Ram, Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram,
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Ram,
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Krishna, 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 Hare
Hare Ram
Hare,
Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare 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 Ram Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram
Ram
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Rama,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram
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 Hare Ram
Ram, Hare
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare Ram Hare
Ram,
Ram Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Krishna
Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare, Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram Hare
Ram
Ram Ram Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna. Okay. So Srimad Bhagavatam. What Prahlad learned in the womb. ततो मे मातरम ऋषिः समानीया निज आश्रमे आश्वस्येहोस्यतां वत्से यावत् ते भर्तुरागमः. Prahlad Maharaj continued, the great Saint Narad Muni brought my mother to his ashram and assured her of all protection, saying, my dear child, please remain at my ashram until the arrival of your husband. So Kayadu was brought to the ashram of Narad Muni, and so that she feels secure because devatas are ruling. And actually, Narad Muni had the intention of speaking Bhagavad Katha. Okay, so the next verse, we will read the Sanskrit translation. After accepting the instructions of Devarshi Narad, my mother stayed in his care without fear from any direction, as long as my father, the king of Daityas, had not become free from his severe austerities. So she stayed there until Hiranyakashipu came back. Then, my mother, being pregnant, desired the safety of her embryo and desired to give birth after her husband's arrival. Thus she stayed at Narad Muni's ashram, where she rendered service unto Narad Muni with great devotion. So she was rendering service to Narad Muni while she was staying there. It is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 9:19-17, Matra svashra duhitrava navivikshat navi vivikta asano bhavet balavan indriya gramo vidvamsam apikarshati. One should not remain in a secluded place with a woman, even one's mother, sister, or daughter. Nonetheless, although one is strictly prohibited from staying with a woman in a secluded place, Narad Muni gave shelter to Prahlad Maharaj's young mother, who rendered service to him with great devotion and faith. Does this mean that Narad Muni transgressed the Vedic injunctions? Certainly he did not. Such injunctions are intended for mundane creatures, but Narad Muni is transcendental to mundane categories. Narad Muni is a great saint and is transcendently situated. Therefore, although he was a young man and he could give shelter to a young woman and accept her service, Haridas Thakur also spoke with a young woman, a prostitute, in the dead of night, but the woman could not deviate his mind. Instead, she became a Vaishnavi, a pure devotee, by the benediction of Haridas Thakur. Ordinary persons, however, should not imitate such highly elevated devotees. Ordinary persons must strictly observe the rules and regulations by staying aloof from the association of women. No one should imitate Narad Muni or Haridas Thakur. It is said, Vaishnavera Kriya Mudra Vignena Bujai. Even if a man is very advanced in learning, he cannot understand the behavior of a Vaishnava. Anyone can take shelter of a pure Vaishnava without fear. Therefore, in the previous verse, it has been distinctly said, Devarshir Antike Sakuto Bhaya. Kayadu, the mother of Prahlad Maharaj, stayed under the protection of Narad Muni without fear from any direction. Similarly, Narad Muni, in his transcendental position, stayed with the young woman without fear of deviation. Narad Muni, Haridas Thakur, and similar acharyas, especially empowered to broadcast the glories of the Lord, cannot be brought down to the material platform. Therefore, one is strictly forbidden to think that the acharya is an ordinary human being. Purusho Naramatihi. So Narad Muni was young and Kayadu was also young. And Narad Muni brought Kayadu to his ashram, and there was nobody else. Only two of them were there, and she was serving Narad Muni with great devotion. So Prabhupada says there is an injunction that one should not sit in a secluded place with one's mother, sister, or daughter, and what to speak of others. So even with one's mother, sister, or daughter, because the senses are so strong that one can become bewildered. So, did Narad Muni actually violate the instruction of the Vedas? No, because this instructions applies to ordinary people, not to the liberated souls. The liberated souls like Narad Muni, they are free from all lust and all material desires. They are pure devotees. So, the woman was also safe in Narad Muni's ashram, and Narad Muni himself was safe, and Prabhupada quotes about Haridas Thakur also. How Maya Devi herself came to lure Haridas Thakur and then prostitute came, but he was not deviated because he was experiencing higher taste, he was a pure devotee. So, but those who are conditioned souls, they should not imitate the behavior of the great souls because we are not at that platform and one should take all precaution, safety. So, like in the cost of temptation, we have S for safety. So, prevention is better than cure, we say. And so Kayadu stayed there, and Narad Muni instructed her for a long time. And so we cannot understand what the great souls do, we cannot imitate, and neither we should uh, measure them by our own consciousness. So Vaishnavara Kriya Mudra Vichena Bujai. Bujai means understand. You cannot understand the activities of a Vaishnava. But of course, the Vaishnavas have to show by example also. Acharya means one who preaches by example. This was a different situation, a special situation where Narad Muni had to instruct the child in the womb. So, but Acharyas generally follow the rules and regulations and they show how to live by example. That's the meaning of Acharya. So Acharya means three things. One who assimilated the instructions of the Vedas. The second thing is that what they are living by these instructions. And third is
And they're preaching.
they are disseminating, yes, they're preaching the instructions. So so like that. So anyway, so Kayadu came to the ashram of Narad Muni and she only wanted to give birth to her child after her husband came back. So, okay. So next verse we'll read. If anybody has any comments, they can say.
Prabhuji,
But in
listening
this
to this,
context,
Go ahead.
go ahead, Prabhu.
go ahead, Mataji.
I was saying that there's a contradiction also. Like I heard a story that about the Narad Muni. I mean, the pure devotee is always praying that because Maya is so strong, right? Even Srila Prabhupada also says that I have no time for lust, and I'm praying to the Lord that I won't fall down in Maya. So there's a story that Narad Muni, when he was thinking that he is free from lust, and then he goes to the like demigods, Brahma, Shiva, and then he goes to Vishnu, and he says that, like he has, and then he says, then Lord Vishnu gave them, and he got attracted to a girl, right? And then he really wanted to marry with that girl, and he goes to the
Yeah.
Lord Vishnu and he says that give me the your form to me so she get attracted to and then Lord Vishnu he understand that he had this kind of pride that he's free from the lust and he gave the form of a hari like monkey is also hari and then he was sitting in that swambar of that princess and yeah she is so ultimately when he saw himself in the his reflection in the water, he saw that, oh, I look like a monkey. So, and for the only that, he didn't look like, he looked like a normal Narad Muni for everybody. For that princess only, he was looking like a monkey. So everywhere he really wanted that, but she didn't even, address her or go to him. And ultimately, Lord Vishnu married to that girl. And when in the way he says that you cheated me and you separated me, and then he cursed Lord Vishnu that you will be separated from your wife. And then when he come as a Lord Ramachandra, he was separated from Mother Sita. So, I mean, this is also a story comes for Narad Muni
Yeah, there
in
is
our
other story
Shastra.
also, right? We saw in Mayapur the drama. I think that was Narad Muni, right?
Yes. Yes.
He says, I
Yes.
want to see the power of your Maya.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Got attracted to a woman and started a family with her, and yeah, forgot
Yeah.
all about Krishna.
And yeah.
yeah,
He called him like a water, but he started living with.
Yeah. So how do we reconcile all this? What Prabhupada says here. Basically, the question is how do we reconcile this with the other stories we have heard? So does anybody have any suggestion?
I don't
Yeah,
know where these stories are from.
I heard this one in Ramcharitamanas. I'm reading it right now, so I heard the same. But again, this was past time that God decided to break the pride of Narad Muni, because there is a previous story to this that Narad Muni found a place in Himalayas where he was meditating, because I don't know why he was meditating, but he came to this place and he said, "This is so nice place to meditate, somewhere in Himalayas." And his penance was so severe that, Indra got agitated, and he sent Apsaras, and he also instructed Kamdev to go and disturb his penance. And nothing could agitate Narad Muni. And when he came out of that pen, means then everyone had to bow down before all the Apsaras, Indra, and then Kamdev, that we got defeated. Your penance is the greatest, and all that kind of stuff. And then he goes to what Mataji said to Shiva, and he narrates, and Shiva praises him, but he says don't present this in front of Vishnu, and Narad Muni said he didn't like that, because what Shiva instructed him, and he didn't take heed to his advice, and he rest of the story that Mataji narrated. So that was to break the pride of him having of his penance. So that was a pastime on that one.
Maybe sometimes to break the pride.
Yeah.
But Narad Muni is a Mahajan, one of the 12 Mahajans. He is a pure devotee.
Correct.
How can
Also
a pure...
about Ramcharitmanas, since we are discussing it, there is a letter from Prabhupada on Ramcharitmanas. I mean, I don't know we should discuss this or not, but he wrote a letter in 1969. Regarding the two books you mentioned, Sri Ramcharitmanas by Goswami Tulsidas is not very authorized, and Ramayana is authorized. One thing is, though, you have got enough other books to study. Did you appear in the examination held on Janmashtami Day? Why should you go to Ramayana when you have got Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and teachings of Lord Chaitanya? Of course, this is to him, this person. Don't divert your attention in that way. The author of Ramcharitmanas, Goswami Tulsidas, is a tint of Mayavadi philosophy. He belongs to the Ramananda Sampradaya. They are mixed up combination of personalist and impersonalist. Therefore, author is not considered as pure Vaishnava. Pure Vaishnava is free from all material contamination of fruitive activities and mental speculation. Pure Vaishnava is simply purely disposed to transcend loving service to Krishna. Pure Vaishnava rejects anything which has no pure idea of serving the personality of God. So anyway, I just wanted to share that.
Lal Govind Prabhu was saying that Valmiki Muni from Satyayug has come as Tulsidas, and whatever was written in Sanskrit is now written in very easy language. So he's the same person. But yeah, of course. He said that in the class, right? Yesterday, day before yesterday.
Yeah, he said it.
But we can get the scriptural reference. It may be, I don't know, but we want the scriptural reference for that. Where it is.
Mm-hmm. No, this story is actually, this story of Narad Muni is not from Ramcharitamanas. It's from some Puran.
No,
Yeah.
Janesh was saying about Ramcharitmanas.
Yeah, it may be from some Purana, but I think it's also there.
Quoted maybe.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Briefly, very briefly, but yeah. But I think the story is authentic. But yeah, as you said, different scriptures.
Okay. Anyhow, so how do we reconcile this? Well, maybe Krishna is teaching through him a lesson to everybody that Maya is very powerful, or he becomes proud maybe sometimes. Like
even we hear of Brahma, right? Brahma became agitated with his own daughter. And I mean, that Brahma may not be our Brahma, the head of our Sampradaya, but if he can get agitated and he's the most intelligent person, Jiva,
then not to talk about others.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So the next verse.
Even in 12th canto, I forgot that who was that Markandeya Rishi, right? He also wanted to see the Krishna's Maya, and he saw that like on the banyan leaf, Krishna was putting his toes. Vataste patraste, that verse is there. Yeah. And Maya is so strong. That's why even the pure devotees are also taking shelter to um, not to fall down in the Maya, right?
Yeah, like yesterday, Lal Govind Prabhu was saying, he was quoting which verse from Prahlad Maharaj?
Materna Krishne
Matilda Krish.
Parvatava Mitho Bipatite Grahavratanam Adanta Gobhir Vishitam Tamishram Puna Puna Charvita Charvananam.
So he was saying those who are Griya Vrata.
Mm.
Griya Vrata means those who have decided, taken a vow to enjoy basically in this material world and like that. Griya is also a house, and this body is the house for the soul. So those who have decided to remain in the bodily conception of life and enjoy, and whose senses are uncontrolled, they cannot become Krishna conscious, even by their own effort or by instruction from others. They cannot become Krishna conscious, he was saying, and because of uncontrolled senses, they go to hell. So, and they keep chewing the chewed, right? So, all the juice has been taken out, and then, so there is no juice in this material world. And even if we experience some juice, it is Maya. We are in Maya. And we create our own Maya Jal by our own material desires. We create a situation for ourselves. And we become entangled. Like he was saying, what was that? With his saliva, he creates a spider, or not spider, but with its own saliva, it creates a cocoon,
I
the
think
silk,
he's talking about silkworm.
silkworm.
Spider web.
Yeah, spider
Spider web
doesn't.
example is also given.
But spider doesn't get entangled in the web.
Mm.
I think the silkworm gets entangled in its own cocoon.
Silkworm, yeah.
Yeah, it gets trapped. So we, by our own desires, we create this entanglement, and in that we get entangled, and then there is no time and all this. But this is our own material desires, right? We have created our own situation. So he was saying like that, and that's true also. Krishna has not created the situation for us. We have created a situation for us, ourselves. Krishna facilitated it because we wanted. So that's why you are saying
So
next.
one other thing,
Hmm. Yeah. Go ahead.
um, the pastime that you are talking right now, yeah, that Narad Muni's ashram. So we know that, right? Daksha had cursed Narad Muni to not stay at one place. So I'm assuming this is previous to that period. Is that correct assumption, Prabhuji?
Daksha pastime happened in which Manu's reign, and this one, Prahlad's happened in which Manu's. We have to see which Manu's.
Okay.
So, okay, so next verse. Um, ऋषिः कारुणिकस्तस्यः प्रादाद् उभयम् ईश्वरः धर्मस्य तत्त्वं ज्ञानं च माम् अप्य उदिस्य निर्मलम्. Narad Muni delivered his instructions both to me, Prahlad is telling, who was within the womb, and to my mother, who was engaged in rendering him service. This is the where she could not assimilate. So she was serving and also hearing. Because he is naturally extremely kind to the fallen souls, being in a transcendental position, he gave instructions on religion and transcendental knowledge. These instructions were free from all material contamination. Okay, so he was instructing. So let's see. Here it is said, Dharmasya Tattvam Jnanam Cha Nirmalam. The word Nirmalam refers to spotless dharma, spotless religion, or in other words, Bhagavad Dharma. Ordinary ritualistic activities constitute contaminated religion by which one benefits by developing material wealth and prosperity. But uncontaminated, pure religion consists of understanding one's relationship with God and acting accordingly, thus fulfilling the highest mission of life and returning home back to Godhead. So, there is some religious principles which if you follow, then you can get material wealth and all your desires can be fulfilled. Like Dashrath Maharaj did, he had a desire to have a son, which is also a material desire, Prabhupada says. Uh, and then that desire was, what did he do? Which yagna he
पुत्र
did?
कामेष्टि यज्ञ
Putra Kameshti
पुत्र
yagna.
का
Yeah, Putra Kameshti yagna. Yas Vashishta and then Rishi Shringi, right?
ऋषि श्रृंग
Rishi Shringa. He did the yagna because he was desirous. So there are many such desires the jiva has in this world. So there are all these karma kanda sacrifices by which we can fulfill those desires. But pure religion is not to get anything in return for your service. So, okay, if you want something in return, then you say, I want service, I want more service, or I want love for you. That's unmotivated. If you ask, well, that is also a desire, but that desire is considered unmotivated. I want taste in serving you. I want love. Prema dhana vina vyartha daridra jivan dasa kori vetan more deho prema dhan. So this is a prayer, right? Give me prem dhan, love of God. in in exchange for my service, give me love for you. So that's not motivated. Yeah, because that is the natural situation of the jiva to love the Lord. So that kind of service when we do. So ultimately, he was talking about jhadu lagana, right? Whether you do jhadu or whatever you do, what is the motivation in doing the service? That's what is more important. If the motivation is that I want to love you, I want love of God, then it's pure devotional service. I want to please you, then that's pure devotional service. Whether you do jhadu or you do preaching or you do management or whatever, whatever service you do, whether it's ultimately what counts is the consciousness behind the service. So whether you're giving a class or anything like that, that's what Krishna is saying. Even if you are doing jhadu and you are thinking that people will think I'm very humble and I'm doing this, so people will think I'm very humble devotee and like that. Of course, some services are by nature like not so many people recognize. Yesterday we were talking in the car. So, like those who give classes, right? They sit on the Vyasasan and then they're offered garlands and people are like eager to meet them. But there are many devotees who may be cleaning the pots in the kitchen, right? But not many devotees are eager to meet them, right? So this is also some services naturally bring about like recognition and name and fame. And some like we didn't congratulate yesterday somebody who we mentioned, but so many devotees did service in the kitchen and they may have cleaned so many pots. And those who are regularly doing some menial services, not recognized, right? So, of course, we do recognize, we tell the names, but so ultimately, yeah, some services are like that, which are more limelight services. And some services people don't appreciate so much. Of course, the pure devotees, they appreciate every service. So, Yeah, so whatever service we do, ultimately it is the consciousness that counts behind the service. Whether you're chanting or hearing or whatever. So, so pure religion consists of understanding one's relationship with God and acting accordingly, and thus fulfilling the highest mission of life and returning home back to God. Prahlad Maharaj advised that one elevate oneself to the standard of Bhagavad Dharma from the very beginning of life. Kaumara acharit pragyo dharman bhagavataniha. Prabhupada Saraswati wants to become the broom, right? He said, in the hands of the manjaris who want to clean the Rasasthali, or yeah, where Ras Leela happens. Another thing he said about Shyamananda Pandit, he was given the name Shyamananda Pandit by Radharani, right?
Radharani herself, yes, not by Hriday Chaitanya.
Yeah, he was Dukhi Krishna Das. And as I heard it, that Shyamananda Pandit, when he found that Nupur and then Radharani came, Radharani put the marking on her, on his forehead,
Forehead.
and his
Mhm.
tilak changed, right? His tilak,
Mm.
different kind of tilak happened, and then
She also gave him a new mantra to chant
mm,
and a new name. Three
correct.
things she gave.
Mm. And his spiritual master was thinking, how did he change? And he came. I don't know if that is bona fide, but he came. He was angry, and he came,
Mm.
and he wanted to chastise him. The another thing about the Gopi Git that also we were discussing, it was not like he directly sang the ninth verse, right?
Yeah, he sang the whole Gopi Geet.
Only when he came to the ninth verse, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became like he caught up. Maybe we can verify that if that's true. I think it's in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So he was singing the whole Gopi Git from the beginning, but when he came to the ninth verse, Tava Kathamritam, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very ecstatic. At least that's how it's um, stated in the Maharaj Prataparudra in the singing Gopi Git. Let's see if I can find that. It's difficult to find now. It's not coming out. So that we know what is the. But it doesn't matter. I'm just like
Mm.
consequential so much.
Yeah, it
Else.
doesn't matter.
Okay. The Lord Himself also speaks of pure, uncontaminated religion when He says, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender to me. One must understand one's relationship with God and then act accordingly. This is Bhagavad Dharma. Bhagavad Dharma means Bhakti Yoga. वासुदेवे भगवती भक्ति योग प्रयोजितः जनयत्या सुवैराग्यम ज्ञानम च यद हेतुकम. By rendering devotional service under the personality of God, Sri Krishna, one immediately acquires causeless knowledge and detachment from the world. To be situated on the platform of pure religion, one should perform bhakti yoga in relationship with Krishna. Vasudeva. Okay, so devotional service to the Lord automatically brings about vairagya. Vai means without, right? And rag means attachment. So without it, automatically one becomes disinterested in material enjoyment or uninterested in material enjoyment as you get higher taste also in serving Krishna. That's the true way to become detached. Impersonalists also try to become detached, but because they have no higher taste in service to the Lord, so that's why they fall down. Yanyarvindaksha vimuktamanina stvayashta bhavada vishuddha buddhaya aruya krichena param padam tataha patanti ado anadrita yusmadandra. Okay. So, anything else in this? verse.
I pasted the verse. Chaitanya Charitamrita says that the king began to recite verses about the Ras Leela from Srimad Bhagavatam. He recited the chapter beginning with the words Jayati Te Dikam.
Oh, you. 1 minute, let me see. Which is the first verse of the Gopi Gita.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See. Bhurida Bhurida Boli Kare Alingan. Imo nahi jane.
So this is the verse 14. So go to verse 8.
Verse 14. Okay, verse 8. Okay. As Sri Chaitanya, the king began to recite verses about Ras Leela from Srimad Bhagavatam. He recited the chapter beginning with the words Jayati Dedikam. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard these verses, he was pleased beyond limits and he said again and again, go on reciting, go on reciting. So he was relishing all these verses. As soon as the king recited the verse beginning with the words Tava Katha Mritam, the Lord arose in ecstatic love and embraced him. Upon hearing the verse recited by the king, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you have given me invaluable gems, but I have nothing to give you in return, therefore I am simply embracing you. After saying this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to recite the same verse again and again. Both the king and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were trembling and tears were flowing from their eyes. So this is the meaning of that verse. My Lord, the nectar of your words, Tava Kathamritam. So that was what is keeping the gopis alive. They would have died, but they were discussing and reminiscing Krishna's pastimes. So they were. The nectar of your words and the description of your activities are the life and soul of those who are always aggrieved in this material world. These narrations are transmitted by exalted personalities and they eradicate all sinful reactions. Kalmashapaham. Apaha means extinguish, eradicate. Whoever hears this narration attains all good fortune. Shravana Mangalam. Mangalam. These narrations are broadcast all over the world and are filled with spiritual power. Srimadatam. Those who spread the message of Godhead are certainly the most munificent welfare workers. Bhuridajana. Okay.
He didn't describe the second meaning of this verse. Tava Katha Mritam. It kills. Krishna Katha kills.
Kills all material desires and material life becomes finished.
Yeah.
And then they are suffering in separation from Krishna. Tapta Jivanam.
Mm. But how could you describe those who are spreading this Krishna Katha? They say are killers, murderers. Bhuridajana.
They kill the material life.
Mm.
Like material life becomes finished.
No, but this verse is they're munificent. How do you describe that in the second meaning?
Bhuridajana. That part you are saying. They are munificent because they bring all auspiciousness by killing the material life. Like we have Kleshagni and Shubhada. So like that material relieves one from all. So they are it is all auspicious because if one's material life is finished, then it's all auspiciousness. Material life is very inauspicious. Material desires are very inauspicious because they keep us in the cycle of birth and death. Okay, so we'll go to the next verse. Okay, now it's the coming that verse. Why? Both were instructed, mother was instructed and Prahlad was also instructed by Narad Muni. The same knowledge, but mother could not assimilate them. Because of the long duration of time that has passed, and because of her being a woman and therefore less intelligent, my mother has forgotten all those instructions. She forgot everything. But she was not evil. She did not want to kill. Sometimes it is said Hiranyakashipu gave poison to Prahlad and told his mom, right, Kayadu, to give it to him. Like that. So, because of the long duration of time that has passed because of her being a woman and therefore less intelligent, my mother has forgotten all those instructions. But the great sage Narada blessed me, and therefore I could not forget them. Hmm.
So many people have problems with how this is written of her being a woman and therefore less intelligent.
Hmm. Yeah. It says Tattu Kalasya because of the longest Stritvat Matuhu Tirodate. Doesn't say that, the translation doesn't say here. It's
Word by word does not have less intelligent.
Tat tu Kalasya Dirgatvat because of longest Stritvat Matuhu of my mother Tirodate disappeared Rishina. Bless Mami Na Aduna Api Ajahat Smriti. We can ask this question to Dravida Prabhu. I'll ask him. So, because of the long duration of time,
Even this is also something weird that because of her being a woman, I mean, where it is defined that being a woman is having a forgetfulness. In fact, women remember things.
Stritvat, because of being a woman, that's kind of Tattu Kalasya Dirghatvat Stritvan Matu Stirodade. Stri means
I
a
mean,
woman.
we understand why Prabhupada writes less intelligent, and because women are very emotional, they're very attached. In that way, they're more materially, inclined to take care of the families, and so context is like that.
Yeah, so of course, anybody who takes up Krishna consciousness, they are. So, any woman who takes up Krishna consciousness is more intelligent than a man who has not taken up Krishna consciousness. So, it's not like always, but there is an article about this.
Mhm.
Hari Sori has given this. So, intelligence means to discriminate between matter and spirit. And Chaitanya Charan Prabhu also says, right, women have to be, their whole sense of worth comes
The
how?
body.
From the body, and the society is like that, how others. So, they have to do all this makeup and all these things to make them look very beautiful because their sense of worth comes from that. And man has, like, yeah, made that kind of situation. So also the society is like that. So they have to. It's more difficult for them to come out of the bodily conception of life. Then that's what he says. Like that,
Yeah,
somebody.
that's one aspect. The other aspect is that they don't think from their head; they think from their heart, and they're very emotional, so they can be cheated very easily. They're very innocent in that way, so people can misuse them. So that's why they say that girls should be protected by either the parents or the husband or the son always.
Yeah, they have.
But isn't there different context is here? If somebody giving the teaching, there is no kind of like bodily thing. If like
Yeah.
Narad Muni was giving the teaching to the a lady, so he said that by the long duration of time it passed, just being a woman.
Yeah, so Prabhupada is going to explain
I
what it
mean,
means. She was not hearing properly. She was too concerned about her child, about her husband, that she's sitting in the class, but her attention is not 100%, which we see in
yeah, that
women
it
who have
could be.
children. So if women are sitting in the class and their children are crying, their attention is not 100%. They have to take care of the child, right? They come in and out of the class. So that is the
No, that's
context.
true. That's true. But it can be happen with men also, right? If nobody is hearing attentively, it's not about the gender or I mean that's what my understanding is. It's not about the gender specific. It's about that if nobody, whoever listen attentively, they may remember, right?
Yeah, generally males are more detached from family affairs, family responsibilities, and it all comes down to the woman. So in this context, it's talking about, Prahlad, she's pregnant and her husband is away. So Prabhupada is going to explain the context of the source, the purport.
Yeah, so since this comes up many times, so let's see here. But Prabhupada says, right, many other places, right, that women appear in large numbers in any spiritual gather. And when they apply their emotions, because they have emotions, when they can apply their emotions to Krishna. And they can become very, very advanced easily because naturally they are very. So, Prabhupada defines intelligence. So he doesn't say about material and spiritual. I think materially all the women are doing so many things, same things. But that's not the criteria that Prabhupada was using when he makes this comparison between intelligence of man and woman. Prabhupada defines intelligence. Now we are reading this, you may accept it or not. Let's see what he says. Prabhupada defines intelligence in Bhagavad Gita. Intelligence means the ability to discriminate between spirit and matter. This is intelligence. But of course now men are also. It's not like lusty and very. All the crimes are committed by men only, right? All the sexual crimes and they are initiated by men. Maybe there is some women, but very few. So mostly all these things are happening because of. So they are. They are more in the bodily conception of life. So that is intelligence. So I don't know. Intelligence means this is true. Discriminate between spirit and matter. Means this is matter, the body is matter, I am soul. So basically to detach yourself from the body. That's basically the intelligence. That is intelligence. This other ordinary functioning, this is just education. You learn things on the strength of your memory, you experience and you do things. Actually, from our point of view, everybody is spirit soul. So we are all equal from that point of view. But at the same time, we recognize that there are differences in bodies. So we make some adjustment for that. That's all. Men and women are different because a man cannot become pregnant and a woman can. It seems like a simplistic statement, but when you get right into the details, it's actually a sutra. It's very, very meaningful. It means biologically there are differences. When women get stressed out, they sit down together and they talk. That's all. Of course, not all women may be like that, but he's saying like that. You may agree or not, I don't know. They talk and they talk and they talk. You put a group of women together, they love to talk. Why do they love to talk? It's because there are biological reasons why. Men are from Mars and women are from Venus was written by John Gray, a practicing psychologist and psychotherapist. After 20 years of practical experience, this is a book. What's the premise of it? That the men and women are different. That this idea that men and women are all the same, it's bogus. And the first example is that he gives is that women like to talk and men like to fix things. That when a woman comes to a man, she's stressed out, she immediately wants to talk, and the man listens, and after a couple of minutes he says, well, why don't you do this? Or if you do this, if you do that, then that will fix it. And then she yells at him, you're not listening to me. Why? Because he's trying to fix it, but she's not. She just wants empathy. That's all. She wants somebody to listen. And man is trying to he's saying Hariswar is saying that he's trying to give solutions. When women get together, they empathize with each other. It doesn't matter what the problem is. They empathize with each other and then they all feel happy. It doesn't matter if they don't get a solution to the problem. They don't want a solution to the problem. In a lot of cases, they just want the release. So release of emotions and they want to talk to somebody. Whereas with men, testosterone inhibits the production of oxytocin. So oxytocin is found in women. It stops it from being produced. That's why when men sit and talk, they are not just satisfied with talk, they want solutions. Men are introverted by nature, and when a man goes into his cave, he should be allowed to stay there for some time without being disturbed. Okay, so all these things are there. So, so what Prabhupada was saying is that male's biological and physiological, psychological structure is more suited to fixing those problems, that we are spirit soul, than the female. The female has to actually battle against her own body and mind to be able to become detached. She has to fight against the oxytocin, fight against the feel good reactions of her body and mind, which don't produce solutions. So women feel good because of this oxytocin, and so they become attached, so, like that. And so they cannot become detached. She has to fight against the tendency to be just happy in just talking and come to the platform of actually solving the problem. So women in general don't like to do that. It is very difficult for them to become detached from the material world. But then we have Kunti Devi and so many others. And so many others in our movement also. Srila Prabhupada heard it say on quite a lot of occasions. Yes, women are not as intelligent, but when a woman becomes a devotee, she becomes as intelligent. Okay. So oxytocin. Anyway, it's not like any like superiority complex. Any man should feel that I'm superior, I have male body.
No, it's just that many females, when they read this, that Prabhupada has written, they don't like it, and then they leave Krishna consciousness
Correct.
just because these simple statements.
Yeah, that is there. Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, I don't know. Here it says because of being stritvan means because of one means to possess, stritvan because of being a woman, and then Prabhupada has given his why why she like forgot. This may be Prabhupada added this, but he's trying to like justify because of her being a woman and therefore less intelligent. But Stritvan is there in the and Krishna also says in this verse. But of course in Kali Yuga everybody is born a Shudra. In Bhagavad Gita 9:32 the Lord says, Mami Partha Vipashritya Yepisyu Papa Yonaya Striyo Vaishyas Tatha Shudras Tepi Yanti Parama. Or as you think, as Prabhupada told Bhakti Tirth Maharaj, if you think you are black and they are thinking you are black, then what is the difference between you and them? So if I'm identifying myself as a woman and I'm thinking I'm less intelligent because I'm this woman, I'm in a woman body or like that, then that's also like something we can think, right? Um, because we are thinking we are woman, then all these things apply to us. But if I don't think I'm a woman, I'm spirit soul, then all these things don't apply. So in that sense also Prabhupada would sometimes speak. But anyway, then why did Prabhupada write this? Then that's the other thing. Okay, so in the Bhagavad Gita 9:30, the Lord says, Mami Partha Vipashritya Yepisu Papayonaya Striyo Vaishya Sata Shudras Devi Yanti Paramgati. But so we see many times, women are more like sadhana also they do. Like on our call in the morning, right? We see mostly all the ladies come to the call to chant. And the others are not like, maybe they are logged in, they are chanting or not, we don't know. But yeah, I hear all the. So Prabhupada says, right, in any religious gathering, women gather in large numbers. There was a cricket match one time, and some devotee was saying all the men were not there, and all the women were only there because it was cricket match. So India, Pakistan, something. So
But only women were there
I mean less men. Some men were there, but
in the
mostly
cricket match.
no. In the spiritual gathering, they had some program. On that same day, there was a India Pakistan cricket match.
Oh, okay.
so on that only few men were present in the crowd, and then
Mhm.
mostly there were women. So
Mhm.
anyway, somebody was saying like that, but it's not. I'm generalize. We cannot generalize anything. But Prabhupada writes that yeah, in any, because they can bow down, they are very submissive, so they can, by nature they are very submissive. That's why they serve, right? So they are submissive, so they can accept the authority of Supreme Lord very easily, whereas man who has little bit higher ego, they can't accept. But it's not true for every man and every woman. So everybody is different. So anyway, we are not this body, so we have to come out of this bodily conception of life. Then all these things don't apply. As soon as you think I'm not a woman, then all these things are not. Naham vap, what is a naham vipro nachanarapati.
Vipranachanarpadinnapi Vaishnavashudra.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I have a question.
Yeah.
So, because like men are more detached from all the things and family and etc., do they have a tendency to cheat more than women?
Yeah, that is also, I mean, they can be careless also, right? So Prabhupada says like that man and woman, then woman becomes pregnant, then man goes away. He doesn't care about the child. Women are more attached to their children than men are, right? Men, if a child is crying, women feel more like sympathy and empathy. Then men may not feel that much because of all the. So that is also there. So they don't care, right? Sometimes it's like, of course, women also may do abortion and all these things. They don't care about their child, so, or they may leave the child somewhere in the trash. But yeah, so by nature, women are, they have more attachment to children because they are the ones, they have to feed the child and so many things. So there is a bond of love, of care by nature's arrangement, whereas man is like more not concerned. So, I mean, they have also affection. I'm not saying that, but women have more than, because from their body the child has come and they're feeding the child and like that. So they have more closeness with the child. They are the ones who ultimately will clean the diapers and all these things. And so, so when you serve the child and you are always with the child, then you have more attachment to the child also. So men also have, I'm not saying that, but women have more. This is by nature's arrangement also. And yeah, women, sometimes it is said women's passion is 9 times more than men, but men are also very passionate. That's why they were marrying so many wives. Right? Generally, Draupadi married many husbands, but that was one off case. But mostly, you see all the men, Kshatriyas, they had many wives. So the man is more passionate if you see the history like that than woman. Okay. Then this,
Draupadi didn't want to marry 5 people. She only wanted to marry Arjun.
correct.
It just happened that, I mean, she was
Yeah,
very sad about it.
yeah. So that case is also not valid because,
Women like to be chased to one man.
but yeah, that Ravana, you
And
said.
also the cheating propensity is one of the defects into all the jivas. So this is also there.
Yeah, I mean, it's there. Everybody's in this world.
Yeah, like if you are like forced by your partner to go to another man or another woman, what can you really do?
Yeah, so just chant Hare Krishna, make Krishna your husband, chant Hare Krishna, get out of this man woman thing, then you'll be very happy. Everybody will be very happy. If we can, this whole thing is troubling, this mind is all troubled by this man woman attraction. In this material world, it is all about this. And so, If we get take shelter of Krishna and engage in devotional service, we can get free from this, and then all the anxieties and all the things will go away. So that is where we want to. We are not there yet, but we want to come to that platform. So then all these things will go away, finished, and Krishna will protect me. So ultimately, Krishna is the husband of all the. One time, one man left one lady. Then Prabhupada says to the lady, "Yes, make Krishna your husband. He will not cheat you." So, so we are looking for all this. Like yesterday, also Lal Govind Prabhu was saying, we are trying to get happiness from things and from people in this world, but it will never satisfy the heart because we are all looking for Krishna ultimately, right?
That is true, but the gopis also tell Krishna, you are a cheater, you are a lumpet, you are a debauchee.
That
But
is Leela.
ultimately,
That is on a very spiritual platform. That is like on the. There is no material thing in the.
yeah, I mean, it takes higher spiritual knowledge to understand. Many people say, "Oh, Krishna loved Radharani, but he left her, and he married so many others, right?" And there, Radharani is crying in separation, and almost about to give up her life. Uh,
But
but
Anay was Krishna only, no?
yeah, this
Abhimanyu.
guy,
Abhimanyu was also
Abhimanyu,
shadow, you
yeah,
can say, of Krishna. So
he
it's
was.
like it's all to increase the emotion
Love is separation, Vipralamba Bhav. It takes, yeah, more
adventure.
knowledge to know that, yes. And Radharani, from her perspective, Ashlish Shavapada, okay, even if Krishna is cheating me, that's okay. He will be my most worshipful Lord unconditionally.
And all the gopis are also expansions of Radharani. So then if we say like that, then and Krishna is Radharani is also expansion of Krishna, or Ladini Shakti is manifested as Radharani. So then everything belongs to Krishna. So that's also we say, right? So and Radharani is also happy, right? It's of course she says
Yeah,
all
in
this.
crying, she's feeling so much bliss.
So it's difficult to understand all this. That's why sometimes I was feeling yesterday, Lal Govind Prabhu was saying, but it's people understanding the tattva of what all this is all about.
That's higher,
Yeah,
advanced. knowledge.
yes. So it's difficult to understand. But we are all Prakriti, we are all female. Krishna is the Purusha. So, yeah, if we take shelter of Krishna, only He will give us protection. That's the thing. So, yeah, I'm not saying that, yeah, we should not get married or anything like that. But ultimately, marriage also there can be cheating and so many everybody's looking for their own enjoyment and it may not work out and all these things, so many things like that. One, not all married people are happy. Otherwise, everybody would be dancing in joy, right? All the married people, they would be dancing in joy. If it was giving so much happiness and like, but they are all bogged down by all the responsibilities and this thing and so much hard work and all these things. So for little enjoyment, they have to work very, very hard. There is more hard work and less enjoyment. Like we say, 5 days you have to work to get 2 days off on the weekend. So you have to work 5 days to get 2 days off. So you want to enjoy in this world, then you have to work hard. And because we are in Maya, we think this hard work is the real. Everybody's working hard like this. So this is life, as Keshav Maharaj says that, this is a cheating. This is how life becomes a culture, then culture becomes a tradition, and that's how it goes on from generation to generation. And nobody's saying that real happiness is in devotional service. Nobody's, of course, devotees are preaching now, but most of the world believes like this, that this is how we can get happiness. Okay, so that's how it is.
Yeah, Prabhupada gives an analogy, right? The camel eating thorns, he's sucking his own blood and feeling
Yeah,
the enjoyment.
yeah. So for little enjoyment, you have to take so much effort and pain. That's why Prahlad Maharaj says, yes, those who tolerate this teaching, they are saved from so much trouble. Yan maithunadi grihamedi sukhami tucham kandu yanena karo yareva dukha dukkam. Tripyanti neha kripana bahu dukkha bhaja kandu divan manasi jam.
Vishahuta Dhira.
Can be saved from so much trouble. So our whole conception is wrong, basically, that by all this material enjoyment, I'm going to become very happy. That's what Prabhupada is trying to change. That no, you will not become happy. Prahlad Maharaj is also saying this. You are simply chewing the chewed. There is no taste. You are trying to get taste from sugar cane, which has already been put through the machine 10 times. And then you're trying to get some juice out of it. So, of course, people say there is some juice, but that juice is actually the problem. The happiness and sense enjoyment is the greatest enemy, Prabhupada says, because it keeps you bound in the cycle of birth and death, and you'll get, now you're a woman, you're attracted to man. Next life you'll become man, then you'll be attracted to woman. Like this. This is going on and on and on for lifetimes together. So we have to, when we chant Hare Krishna, we have to pray to Krishna. Krishna, please free me from all lusty desires. Krishna, please free me from all lusty desires, Krishna. That's what Prahlad Maharaj says. Let there be no material desires in the core of my heart. So when we pray, we ask for something. So we ask for this. Krishna, please take away all the lust from my heart. Krishna can do it. All these material desires which are there. Then you'll be peaceful. Bhukti mukti siddhi kami sakala ashanta. Krishna bhakta nishkama ateva shanta. You'll be peaceful. Then all this head will not be like all troubled by all these things and anxiety, and you can sleep peacefully, like this Pingala, the prostitute. As soon as she gave up the desire, then she slept very peacefully and nicely. So all these material desires, actually they are like the fire that burns that consumes us. That's how Krishna describes dushpurena, what is that? Avritam jnanam etina.
Pratam Gyanetena Slam
It
Ramarupena Kanteya Dushpurena Anulena.
burns us and it consumes us, and we cannot actually think straight also about the purpose of life, why I'm here, and we can't have good sadhana, we can't chant nicely. Every day we should be chanting at least 16 rounds, at least, or more. So were we doing that? So that's something we have to see. And if are we doing it nicely? We are doing it very nicely. So all these other desires and all this mind, it becomes like, and the goal of life is missed. And then all these other thoughts come about. And then you die, as he was saying, and then death comes, and then you die, and then you leave everything behind. And again, begin another chapter, again, start everything again, all these things. So, again, another chapter of material existence. You don't know where you will be, right? He was saying, but if you pull the cart of Jagannath, then you'll be liberated. So, of course, when we'll be liberated, it doesn't say immediately, next life or when. But
And the consciousness also matters, right? As you were saying, so many people are just after so many other things going on in their mind, but consciousness matters, not just the external act of pulling the cart.
yeah,
Krishna, please come into my heart. Right? My heart is Vrindavan.
or we are assisting the gopis in bringing Krishna to Vrindavan. We are on the side of the gopis. So, we are helping the gopis. Of course, who are we to help the gopis? But, yeah, we are uniting Krishna with Radharani in Vrindavan. So, okay, yeah, or bringing Krishna into the heart like that. So, O son of Pritha,
So Radha and Rukmini,
Radha and
So Radha and Rukmini are one and same only, right?
Yeah, Rukmini is expansion of Radharani. Or sometimes it's said, what? Radharani? Chandravali. But
Yeah,
Chandravali is also expansion of Radharani. So,
yeah.
either way, yeah, all the gopis are expansions of Radharani. Okay, so, O son of Pritha, those who take shelter in me, though they be low born, women, Vaishyas, or Shudras, can approach the supreme destination. The word Papa Yoni refers to those who are less than Shudras. But even though a woman may not be a Papa Yoni, because of being less intelligent, she sometimes forgets devotional instructions. For those who are strong enough, however, there is no question of forgetting. I forget all the time everything. Women are generally attached to material enjoyment, and because of this tendency, they sometimes forget devotional instructions. So women may not be look maybe in the sense of lust, but they like a nice situation. They want a very comfortable, secure situation for enjoyment in this material world. So in that sense, they forget devotional instructions. So even man, anybody can forget, right? Anybody who's attached to material enjoyment. But even if a woman practices devotional service strictly according to the rules and regulations, the statement by the Lord Himself that she can return to Godhead, Depi Yanti Param Gatim, is not at all astonishing. One must take shelter of the Lord and rigidly follow the rules and regulations. Then, regardless of what one is, one will return home back to Godhead. Prahlad Maharaj's mother was more concerned with protecting the child in the womb and was very anxious to see her husband return. Therefore, she could not consider very seriously the sublime instructions of Narad Muni. So, this is the real reason why she could not. Because her mind was preoccupied with something else. And as was the case with who also heard Bhagavad Gita, but did not have a translation.
Dhritarashtra.
Dhritarashtra also heard.
Dhritarashtra.
Yeah, he heard Bhagavad Gita. Same Bhagavad Gita Arjuna heard. But Dhritarashtra was preoccupied with material. So when we have our own way we think life should go on, we are not hearing with an open mind and that like that. And when we are illusioned, he was Dhritarashtra. He was very much like wanting his sons to become the ruler. So he had a lot big material. So then all these instructions don't make sense, or they just go iskan se uskan, right? So instead of going from the kan to the heart, it goes from one year to the next year, out the next year. So of course we are all contaminated in our heart with material desires, but somehow or other we should hear with rapt attention. Prabhupada says, then we can see Krishna like that. He said yesterday, Archa Vigraha, the holy name, and also the Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam has also
In Kali Yuga.
in Kali Yuga. He has appeared in Kali Yuga. So Archa Vigraha, the holy name, and the Bhagavatam is also the incarnation of Krishna. So okay, so when we hear, then that means we should forget all our conceptions about all these things and our material life and all these things, all the anxieties we have in material life and all that. We should just hear as if we are in presence of Krishna. So
And then Bhagavatam says we should daily hear because we have a tendency to forget Nityam Bhagavat Seva. So
yeah, actually, if we just follow the morning program nicely, then we'll become very, very fixed up. We don't have to do anything else. Just follow the morning program nicely. I mean, we don't do Mangala Aarti here, but if you're in the temple, if you have nice Japa, Tulsi Puja, Mangala Aarti, Narsingh Aarti, and then Bhagavatam class, then we'll become fixed up. There's nothing else outside that's needed. We just do this every day. So 4 5 hours, right? So 4:30 to about 9 o'clock. If we do this, the morning Brahma Muhurat, that's the way to become like fixed up. We are not. I'm not fixed. We are not fixed up, but we want to just follow the morning program nicely. And if you can chant more rounds in the morning, it's very nice. Some devotees get up way before Mangalarti and they chant Hare Krishna. So, so everything, all this will go away by chanting Hare Krishna. So that's basically. If you chant Hare Krishna nicely, then taste will come and everything will come from that. Mind will become controlled. These things from Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And whatever Krishna wants will happen then in life. We can't expect everything to go on nicely in life. It's a material world, so you can't expect. You have to expect turbulence. So, okay, what's the time? 9 o'clock already. We'll read one more verse. It's nice. Prahlad Maharaj continued, my dear friends, if you can place your faith in my words, simply by that faith you can also understand transcendental knowledge. Just like me, although you are small children. So Prahlad Maharaj is saying, just see, we have to hear also that, but hearing also should be with faith that what this person is saying is the correct thing, right? Is the right thing. So we are reading Prabhupada's books, so we have to have faith that what this is being said is correct. Otherwise, we are hearing, but there is no faith, then you cannot get the benefit also. So he's saying, if you can place your faith in my words, simply by the faith, you can also understand transcendental knowledge, just like me. Although you are small children. Similarly, a woman can also understand transcendental knowledge and know what is spirit and what is matter. Okay, so here also he's saying Stri Balanam Chameyatha, just as Stri and Balanam, a child. Or that is your small children, they can also understand. Okay, so these words of Prahlad Maharaj are very important in regard to knowledge descending by the disciplic succession. Even when Prahlad Maharaj was a baby within the womb of his mother, he became fully convinced of the existence of the supreme power because of hearing the powerful instructions of Narad and understood how to attain perfection in life by Bhakti Yoga. So even at 5 years age, he understood so many things because he heard for a long time from Narad Muni. These are the most important understandings in spiritual knowledge. Yasya deve para bhaktir, yatha deve tatha guru, tasyate kathita hi arthaha, prakashante mahatmanaha. Unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master, all the imports of Vedic knowledge are automatically revealed. Atah Shri Krishna Nam Adi na bhaved grayam indriyai sevan mukhe hi jivado swayameva surati yada. No one can understand Krishna as he is by blunt material senses, but he reveals himself to the devotees, being pleased with them for their transcendental loving service to him. So that attitude of pleasing Krishna through whatever service we are doing makes us understand the transcendental knowledge. Bhakti means the attitude of pleasing Krishna with whatever service we are doing. So if we do service to Krishna in a pleasing way, then Krishna gives us Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yena Mamupyamite. He gives us the intelligence in the heart. Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati Yavan Yashasmi Tatvataha Tato Mam Tatvato Gyatva Vishate Tadanantaram. One can understand the Supreme Personality as he is only by devotional service. And when one is in full consciousness of the Supreme Lord by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. These are Vedic instruction. One must have full faith in the words of the spiritual master and similar faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Of course, the real thing is Shastra. So spiritual master explains the Shastra in such a way that this knowledge we feel inspired to practice this knowledge. That is the duty of the spiritual master. Otherwise, the real guru is the Shastra, and the spiritual master just makes that Shastra suitable for our understanding. Like Prabhupada gives so many analogies and so many different examples so that this knowledge is understandable and assimilated, and one feels inspired. That is the duty of the spiritual master, to inspire the disciple to become a devotee of Krishna, pure devotee of Krishna. That is the duty of the spiritual master, so that he will go back home, back to Godhead. Then the real knowledge of Atma and Paramatma and the distinction between matter and spirit will be automatically revealed. This Atma Tattva or spiritual knowledge will be revealed. Go ahead. Somebody want to say something? Okay. This Atma Tattva or spiritual knowledge will be revealed within the core of a devotee's heart because of his having taken shelter of the lotus feet of a Mahajan, such as Prahlad Maharaj. Dharmasya hi tattvam nihitam gohayam Mahajana yena kata sapanta. So when we hear from the Mahajans, we take shelter of the Mahajans, means we hear. Then this knowledge will be revealed in our heart. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavai, or we say, Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashitu Prema Bhakti Chahite Vidya Vinasha Jate. In this verse, the word Bhuyat may be understood to mean let there be. Prahlad Maharaj offers his blessings to his class friends, saying, also become faithful like me, become bona fide Vaishnavas. A devotee means become a genuine devotee of the Lord, like me, Prahlad is saying. A devotee of the Lord desires for everyone to take to Krishna consciousness. So we want genuinity, everything, right? We want pure milk, we want pure gold. We don't want adulterated things. Krishna also looks for genuinity. So that we can do everything in pure consciousness. So how to become pure? That also we have to take shelter of Krishna only. The means and the goal is the same, right? We say to become pure also you have to take shelter of Krishna only, to become purified. And then when we become purified, then we serve Krishna with so much relish, so much enjoyment, like Rupa Goswami and all this. They feel so enthused doing devotional service that they are in bliss. Unfortunately, however, people sometimes do not have staunch faith in the words of his spiritual master who comes by the disciplic succession, and therefore they are unable to understand transcendental knowledge. That faith is lacking. Sometimes we may think whether Krishna really exists, there is spiritual world. Scientists are saying something otherwise, They are giving some alternate theories of how this world came into existence and all these things. So our mind gets a little bit swayed. And most of the people are not having faith in these things, right? Real faith. So we get a little bewildered. The spiritual master must be in the line of authorized disciplic succession like Prahlad Maharaj, who received the knowledge from Narada. Can you imagine Prahlad, how much faith he had? He was living in a society of demons. Nobody had any faith in devotional service to Vishnu. But Prahlad Maharaj had so much faith because of associating with Narada Muni. So even in the association of all the demons, he had so much faith that Krishna will protect him and Krishna will, like that. If the class friends of Prahlad Maharaj, the sons of demons, were to accept the truth through Prahlad, they would certainly also become fully aware of transcendental knowledge. Okay, so last paragraph. The word Vaisharadidhi refers to intelligence concerning the Supreme Personality of God, who is extremely expert. The Lord has created wonderful universes by his expert knowledge. Unless one is extremely expert, he cannot understand the expert management of the Supreme Expert. One can understand, however, if one is fortunate enough to meet a bona fide spiritual master coming in the disciplic succession from Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Mother Lakshmi, or the Kumaras. Like yesterday, I was talking to some friends, Preeti had asked them to come. So they were saying, we are going to what? That Nirankar or something like that. I don't know what they were saying.
Yeah, Nirankar.
Something that all this. So
Yeah, that's a Nirankar something. That's, yeah.
So you cannot get real knowledge, Prabhupada says, until you are connected to a bona fide parampara. That I was telling them that. So you have to go to the bona fide parampara. Otherwise, you won't get real knowledge and inspiration, all these things. You may get some knowledge here and there and big khichdi in your brain. Then they said, oh, sometimes we go to this temple, then sometimes we go to that temple. We are like associated with this and that. So that's why there is no proper understanding. These four sampradayas or disciplic successions of knowledge and transcendence are called the Brahma Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, Shri Sampradaya, and Kumar Sampradaya. Sampradaya Vihinaya Mantrasti Nishfalamataha. The knowledge of the Supreme received from such a sampradaya or disciplic succession can give one enlightenment. If one does not take to the path of disciplic succession, it is not possible for one to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah. Imam parampara praptam. Imam rajarshya vidu. Imam rajarshya. Then Evam parampara praptam. Imam rajarshya vidu.
काले नेह माता योग योग भ्रष्टो परंतु.
If one understands the Supreme Lord through devotional service with faith in disciplic succession and then advances further, he awakens his natural love for God and then his success in life is assured. Okay, so even if we don't awaken love, but if we tried in this life, the next life will get more like better. If we didn't fully awaken our love for God, then next life. So there is no loss or diminution in this path because next life you'll carry on from where you left off. And this life is going to end soon only, right? It's not going to last long. Another few years and that's we are gone, right? So one should not be too much paying attention to this material life. Rather, one should focus on spiritual life because anyway, time has run out. So much time is gone, and for those who are older. So, but we don't know who is older. What did Prabhupada give definition of old? Old means one who is. What is the definition of old? What definition Prabhupada gave of old?
Experience? One who's closer to death.
One who is closer to death. So a 30-year-old person may be older than a 60-year-old person. If that 30-year-old person is only going to live 40 years and that 60-year-old person is going to live 80 years, then the 30-year-old person is older than 60-year-old. So we don't know when our death is going to come. So we should take it very seriously, like that. Okay. If it is temporary, we will not pay too much attention to it, right? Because it's going to go away, right, after some time. Like in a train, if you didn't get a seat, you say, okay, I'll stand. I have to go to my destination after 2 hours. Of course, if it's a 24-hour journey, then you may feel tired, but still, you can sit on the floor. Sometimes I remember sitting on the floor in the train because there was no seat. So it's okay. Sit on the floor and get to your destination. Put something on the floor and then sit on the floor. And it may not be so comfortable like on a seat. But anyway, the goal is not to be comfortable on the train, but to get out of the train and go to the destination. So, but if we are sitting on a train and we are in a very nice AC compartment, AC first class or like that, but the train is not moving towards its destination, then better to travel in third class on another train which is moving towards its destination. Right? At least we are going towards our destination. We may be in third class, but what is the use of sitting in first class and the train is not moving? So there may be somebody may not have such a nice material situation, but at least if you are doing devotional service, we are moving towards our destination. Because the goal is to not remain in this cycle of birth and death forever. The goal is to get out and go back to our home. So, okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you everyone for joining.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna,
Prabhuji. Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Yeah, yeah,
Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.